Check it out. So I picked up this motorcycle swapped off-road buggy. Seller said the engine starts. He hasn't ever driven it. He got it from someone else. And not quite so sure what cc the engine is. I'd assume it's a 125 or 250. It's got tons of compression, so that's fantastic. It's missing the fuel tank. We can easily sort that. 5-speed manual. SYM engine, don't know. It says Taiwan there. Engine seems all good. He says it runs, that's great. Just need to do a bit of work on this wiring here. Also has electric start. I'll need a battery for that. Shifter mechanism here. It's snap, but we can easily just reconnect that. Clutch cable needs connecting, and the brakes don't work on it. That's about it. I picked up this seat to go with it on the way, so that's good because it didn't have one. So yeah, let's get it in the workshop and see if it starts. Yep, seems to have plenty of oil. Slightly on the low side, but good enough just for a test run, and then we can change the oil later. Right, check the spark. Yeah, got spark. See if I can get close up. It's got great sparks, that's fantastic. Right, next we'll take the carb off. Check it out how bad it is. We've got oil, we've got spark, we've got compression. That's looking pretty good so far. Oh, seems a bit stuck. What on earth is that? Is that a cobweb or what? No. And the needle just fell through. Yeah, looks like the needle doesn't have its retainer clip. I've soldered a lead ball to the end of the throttle cable, so you can't get it out. That is very interesting. Right, so try to get this off. Just need to replace the throttle cable. Need to order one of them. This is ridiculous. There we go. Wonder how bad the car will be if that's the start of what we've had. An O-ring at least. Alright, so that's the carb off. Needle tip's got a bit of wear on it. Slide overall looks fine, it's not damaged from the homemade throttle cable. See if we can get this old fuel line off. Here we are. Got a lot of fuel in it, clearly. Looks pretty clean, actually. Smells pretty fresh. Got a tiny bit of debris down there, but that looks okay actually. Just get a brush and give it a little clean. Floats look all good. Gasket seal looks okay. We'll take that jet out. Looks all clean down there, so I don't have to take that small jet out. It'll be fine. Just take the pilot jet out also. At least the main jet was fully cleared. That is a really small pilot jet. Yeah, it is clear. I don't know if you can see through. A little bit of debris, so I'll just poke that out. It's a pretty small jet. Usually the pilot jets on the VM22s are pretty sizable compared to that. We'll set this car back together. Also add it, might as well check there, fuel mixture screw, what's that? It's half, 1, half, so that's what, 1.5. We'll just set it to half, 1, half, 1.5. That means the jet must be slightly big, but that's fine. That's perfect. We're missing one of these to hold the pin. Found this, but it was too small, so I just bent the wings out a bit more. And I was missing also one of these wee gaskets that go on the bottom of the pin. So put that on there. See, yeah, so to compensate for the pin washer, we'll put this one higher. Let's see if we can pop it off. Put it back on here. So that should go in there like that. And this winged clip. Should go on like that. Works lovely. That's the carb rebuilt. We'll get it back on. Right, I found this old throttle cable here. Use that temporarily. There we are. See if it works. Yep, we're in business. Next, I'll do an oil change. It's got an oil filter down here. Sorry about that, guys. Camera battery died, so you missed all the oil change. Getting used to this YouTube and things still. Got this old Jenny fuel tank here that we'll use. Just zip tied up. I'll need to mount it better at a later date. Get fuel going. Enough, just a quick test run. Right, pull it backwards and then see if she fires. Fuel on. Choke. Seems like joke. I guess it's cold. Well, she's sticking over nicely. She revs nicely, so the carb's actually pretty tuned well. So that's good. We just had to have it choke for a while, so it's perfect. It's actually all well adjusted. So that's a win. Let's see if the kill switch works. Right, that is fantastic. It's pretty nippy in here, so running off the choke for a wee bit was fine. Runs great, sounds great. I think it's straight pipe with that exhaust there. I think in a future video I'm going to stick dual exhaust on it, custom built, so stay tuned for that. But I got a wiring loom that I need to fit now to get the electric start working, so let's get on to that. Right, got everything laid out. Got our spare spark plug, see if that fits. Got a key switch, our stator, CDI, our switch gear. It's different to what the description was. This extra choke lever. Different light settings. All we need is the starter button and this kill switch, which seems very weird. You can push it and you can twist it sideways. I don't know, we'll see how that works. So yeah, and we got our coil there, our battery there, our start solenoid here, our loom here, and we got a spare magneto. I think the one that's on it will do, but otherwise we'll fit this one if the loom's incompatible. So yeah, let's get working on it. Right, that's the loom all together. Battery gets connected there. Everything's connected in. Let's see if it connects to the engine now. Right, this is the moment of truth, see if all the wiring has worked out. If you've come so far already, please like and subscribe, and we're going to hit the start button and see what happens. So first, switch it on. All seems fine. And then hit the starter. Nothing happens. Start solenoid's not powering, so it means we're not going power to it. Looking along the line, here is these two cables. There is these two, but I'm not too sure about that. Those are something else. These two, because it's green and black, that usually, not too sure about that. And then got those and all of these, but I don't think they've got anything to do with it. I think this loom was actually meant for road bikes, so it's gonna be having like indicators and path the speedo and blah blah blah. And then there's also these two. Get my multimeter out and do some testing. So yeah, back in a sec. Right, so I finally figured it out. I found the two wires that need connecting, and there's a few other wires that are messed up. What can you expect from Chinese wiring loom? As long as you know what you're doing, you can just rewire it. Kill switch thing here, wasn't too sure about, because you can push it, you can twist it sideways, and it turns out, because I got the starter to fire, but there was no spark, that you have to push it in to reset it, and then if you hit it sideways, it's off. So you have to push it in for the engine start. I don't know, totally weird system, we can change it later. But yeah, so here I can show you, turn it on. It's really cold right now, the battery's pretty low, but there you go, you can see it fires. That's all good. Right, on to the next thing. Crimped a new end on this cable here. So I can use that for the throttle now, so you can swap that over. Right, now I got the loom stripped back off, now that we know that's all working, and I'm starting to grind a few of these bits and bobs off the chassis that we don't need, and clean things up. Need to create some fuel tank mounting thing there. All this extra gear here we don't need. And I'll need to do something about the clutch because it's cable's too short. Just need to create some linkage for that. Right, so I just cut this whole bowl of extra metal off, just unnecessary brackets and plates, and now I need to weld in a fixing point there for the engine, so I can move that there because that's really bad, and then I need to weld the seat in and get some brackets in there, and then re-weld a new shifter linkage. Still needs a clean up, but just started welding. It's not great, but I think this steel's slightly thick for this little electric welder, and I'm having to run it on an extension cord because I can't weld inside. Finally, I was working well. It still splatters slightly. Wire inside it is slightly old, and sitting outside in the workshop get a bit rusty. But there's some nice thick beads there. They look pretty good. Nice penetration. Good strong engine mounting bracket. Right, I just made the shifter here, but sadly wasn't strong enough because it didn't have good enough metal, so it bends when you shift, which isn't good enough, so I've had to redo it. So I went out, got some more steel, 9mm bar, bent it all up. This is solid, so yeah, I just need to weld another one of those linkages on the end here, and then get it on, and then we need to weld the seat in. So, fit this nice beefy shifter here. That works well. Made this whole setup and all the gear here. That's just temporary right now, the wiring there. We'll still need to make a battery tray at some point, but that's all good. Fuel tank's mounted. The seat actually is removable. That was a wee bit hard to figure out, but managed that, and it can slide forwards and backwards. That's really good. Fixed the clutch here, so that's great. Added a stopper here so you can't overdo the clutch. I tried to bleed the brakes, spent a few hours on that. That was a nightmare, but that still doesn't work, so yeah. Anyways, and then throttle's still working lovely, and that's about it. And crank it up. Ignition on. Runs brilliant, ticks over nice, still just needs warming up usually a little bit. That's all good. Put you guys down. Right guys, that's it for this video. Did a lot of work on it, and I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe and comment down below. And if you enjoyed my videos, check out these, and I'll see you next time.